Hi Cancer, love and light to y'all here. Welcome all to your full moon Pisces reading. Let's see here what's coming through for you, and thank you all so much for connecting and tuning into you. Cancer, it's a big time here for you that we're stepping into the full moon in Pisces for you, Cancer. And wherever, let's say, Pisces sits in your personal chart, there could be a focus on the culmination of those energies. Coming right up and out here for you is the High Priestess with the Temperance card and the Two of Wands. Okay, so for a number of you, could actually be dealing with a Sagittarius or matters related to the 9th house, Jupiter, Sag. We've all got Sagittarius in our charts somewhere. But I'm hearing for a number of you, this is a big journey. I'm hearing that you see yourself taking on. It's very exciting. It may have to do with, Cancer, with travel. I almost said Gemini as well. Six of Cups coming through as well. Could have to do with, I'm hearing coming and going. I'm hearing, one second here with the Six of Cups, one second. It could have to do with someone, I'm hearing relatives. I'm hearing from the past related to the Father of Cups and the Six of Cups. It could be even a space that has a history to it that you feel is related. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but anyhow, the Judgment card and the Ten of Cups, Cancer. Now the feeling I'm getting is that for a number of you comes the Lovers, the card associated with Gemini and the Major Arcana, looking back at all of this conversation here that has been I'm hearing ongoing, and then leading out into the future here with the Nine of Wands and the Mother of Wands. Okay, so let's get back to it, though. You could be, for a number of you, again, deciding on something that feels like a big deal. And then Mother of Swords coming through as well, mirroring the Temperance card, a major decision. I'm hearing it in the way of a journey, though. And I'm seeing that for a number of you, here comes the Ace of Swords, mirroring the Mother of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune, making a major move. Again, I'm hearing specifically with the Justice card as well, mirroring the Temperance card. For a number of you, it's a contract, perhaps, that you're getting more involved in. I'm hearing laying out. There is perhaps a certain aspect of timing that might be involved that you are taking your time with, and it might have to do with what you feel that you need to address on an emotional level. Okay, now there could be a number of also aspects to this storyline, and it may have been a cycle emotionally, energetically, spiritually that you have been moving through, and it might be related as well to aspects of your psyche. I'm hearing it in that way with the Devil in reverse, like what we think we want and what we want, why we want what we think we want to that level and degree, in whatever way that may be relevant for you, Cancer. But the feeling I'm getting is that there is a shift in how we allow ourselves to also share our passions with others in certain ways, and be that related to your resources. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but it could also be the energy of another, how it is that others are finding that you're I'm hearing open to connect at this point. I don't know what that's alluding to, but it could be on a financial level where, let's say, you or another are thinking of partnering up. You have the Nine of Cups leading out into the future, mirroring head-to-head, exactly head-to-head with this Nine of Wands. Now, the Mother of Wands is what leads you out with the world. Wow, okay, not joking here about this new beginning, whatever it is. And I'm seeing okay, I'm hearing it's a major break. I'm hearing shake, I'm hearing break up, shake up with the Tower and the Hierophant. There's some kind of, I'm hearing conversation that we feel we need to have with the Nine of Swords and the High Priestess, the Temperance card, and the Hangman as well. For a number of you dealing with a Pisces big time, it could also be an aspect of your chart that is evolving. I'm hearing an aspect of your psyche, Ace of Swords again. Yeah, I'm hearing for a number of you, there's something that you want to perhaps come out with, that you want to communicate, but I'm hearing that there is also a sense that we need to wait on that. I'm not sure what that's about with the Son of Cups and the Six of Wands. It may be a proposal that you want to make. You got the Devil again in reverse, mirroring this Ace of Swords and the Six of Wands. I'm hearing it's a matter of timing, the moon, yeah, the sun and the moon. There's something that perhaps someone feels needs time to evolve, and it may be a little bit of this feeling of like hesitation, like how do I really, I'm hearing also renovate. I'm hearing the space comes out, the Three of Swords right then and there with the Five of Cups. Now, do we want the change? I'm hearing, I'm hearing, I think I do. I'm hearing specifically Three of Pentacles upright and the Eight of Cups in reverse. The question is perhaps what's the foundation? And if you're thinking of making a major change, again, the Ace of Swords, this is like the third time this card has come through. Again, it's a matter, I'm hearing specifically of what it is that you feel perhaps you can rely on. And it's like, let's say that you're thinking of making a major shift, be it even a move. It's like, well, when I take this tree that's been planted here for however long that it has been, and I uproot it, and I decide to, I'm hearing also get married again. I'm hearing specifically, I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but okay, take it as you will. That will inevitably, I'm hearing spike my consciousness. I'm hearing to start thinking about the roots a little more closely. I'm not sure. It's like it's like I'm uprooting something, then I'm thinking about kind of also regenerating a certain space. What's the process I'm hearing as well that feels like it's going to serve the timeline of the future. Now, I'm seeing for a number of you that it might be questioning here. I'm hearing things in terms of time. I'm hearing timing, and someone might be thinking, like, if I were to, let's say, pull out of this market now, it could be related to real estate, but if I were to, let's say, pull out of this market now, what would kind of become of that space down the line? And for a number of you, it really is related to timing and your resources, okay, investment even, and perhaps making a major change in terms of how you also source income. All right, now let's see here. You got the Sun upright now, mirroring the Son of Cups and the Mother of Wands with the Justice card. There is perhaps a contract involved that someone feels they need to renegotiate out a little bit. It may be a contract that has been standing for quite some time. It's perhaps been in talks of change for 3 months now. I'm hearing it specifically in that way. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, and the Justice card. There might be as well a number of people involved, especially 3 or 6. I'm hearing it in that way as well with the Six of Cups. Okay, Ace of Cups leads you out to Scorpio. I'm hearing Scorpio, Pisces, Two of Cups. Okay, I'm hearing for a number of you, you've met someone who is just, I'm hearing like a ray of light for you in some kind of way. I'm seeing it like that with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. It may also be an experience that you had that was very inspiring, and it could have been related to travel. You have the Magician here as well, something that has sort of provoked. I'm hearing also your starry-eyed nature. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. It could be related. Yep, here comes the High Priestess, to your Neptune, your imaginative sort of abilities as well. I'm seeing someone who's got even like, definitely got a lot of Neptune here coming through right here. The Hangman and the High Priestess. If you've got specifically Neptune, conjunct your moon, oh my goodness, okay. That energy could really be activated around this time, or that's something that, let's say, you came into contact with in some shape or form, and that made things really clear, where you're like, wow, I have this ability to really, I'm hearing also design, I'm hearing couture. That could be related to fashion, whatever else. Ace of Pentacles coming up, I said, mirroring the Devil. I'm hearing coming through as well with the Nine of Cups and the Judgment card, and then Three of Pentacles. Really starting to dream. It's very exciting. Oh my God, it's Ten of Cups as well. It's very, very exciting. It's a point of release, really, of what has been a pattern that we didn't want to hold on to. I'm hearing any longer. And it may have to do with a certain cycle that you felt was, I'm hearing a process of rebirth. I'm hearing revival. I'm hearing, as it relates as well to our assets. Okay, so perhaps there was some kind of experience where, you came sort of closer into contact with what you wanted to consider a value of yours, what you considered also a resource, and be that your time. I'm hearing your mediumship capabilities as well. For a number of you, this might be related to how you also feel that you can kind of interact with others on a certain level and emotionally. I'm hearing in alternate paradigms. I'm not sure what that's alluding to. Always take it as you will. It could be taken and received in different ways. Bit abstract. Cancer, Ace of Swords upright, and the Ace of Pentacles. I said the Eight of Pentacles. So I'm seeing that there's a breakdown of what you consider as your space of involvement. I'm hearing evolution, how you see what you involve yourself in to transform over time. The Judgment card is leading down into the Tower, Two of Pentacles as well, leading back up into the Judgment card, Ace of Wands. I'm hearing it's all a matter. It all comes down to, Cancer, what we value. And you have the Mother of Swords at the base of the Justice card. For you perhaps making a major decision in terms of what direction you would like to move in. I'm hearing that you feel serves you best. And it might mean letting go of certain things as well. With the Father of Cups and the Three of Swords could be someone who you've known for a long time, a water sign. It might be, I'm hearing some kind of relationship dynamic as well that you felt I'm hearing you didn't do justice, or in some way felt out of balance, out of touch. You have Three of Swords at the base of the Father of Cups. It might have been a space that you felt was not even comfortable in some shape or form. Ace of Swords upright with the Magician. I'm hearing it could be a space that you felt you were not able to speak your mind in as well. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but anyhow, I'm hearing that dynamic is changing. You have the Mother of Swords here anchoring the conversation with the Justice card and the Father of Cups. Now, it could also, kind of be seen in the way of, like, let's say that in a certain way in the past, you've perhaps taken on a really emotional approach to things. No. I'm seeing now you're really beginning to recognize where your energy goes in and where it kind of, I'm hearing leads out from, of, and by. I'm hearing by. There's a focus on perhaps what you see yourself creating. And the recognition is that we want to involve ourselves in situations and environments, in context, and with people that we feel really, I'm hearing, highlight our potential. You have the Magician leading out. Someone may be thinking, of a partnership again in some shape or form with someone. The question is, I'm hearing, what is the intention space? And first and foremost, I'm hearing on a vibrational level as well as on an emotional level, what does it really sound like? I'm hearing for two people to tell each other, I love you, right? There's something that perhaps someone feels, and that can be also in terms of career. It's like, I am so passionate about this company. I'm so passionate about this business. What does the space truly require? I'm hearing of us to acknowledge, I'm hearing our best interests. Okay, interesting, the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Like, for a number of you, this might actually be an interview. Someone may be interviewing someone and kind of like putting them on the spot a little bit as well, and someone might be kind of questioning, what's the character here? Here comes the Magician and the Wheel of Fortune. You could be dealing with someone who also has a number of different abilities, and the question is, how are we going to kind of strategize, situate these talents in such a way that can really, I'm hearing market I'm hearing the talk itself. I'm hearing, and in the best way. I'm hearing most